Okay, it looks like it's time to do this. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask you to join with me. We're going to take it from 10 all the way down to 1, and then we're going to say the most famous words in motorsports. Now, I want some enthusiasm, some excitement. Are you ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gentlemen, start your engine. And there's nothing like it, the roar of an engine. The ground shakes beneath your feet. And of course, there's that magical smell of the fuel and the intensity. Cars are ready. They've been waiting a long time for this. NAPA Victory Lane is folded up. But really, the story today is only one man can stand in Victory Lane as the winner of the event.
And this will go a long way toward making the off-season a little bit easier to take. As we have a cameraman in our pace car, and right now I think he's shooting the smiling face of David Arute, but that smile will be turning into his game face as he told our pit reporters today he wants to lead as many laps as he can, and his ultimate goal is to win the Rookie of the Year title. Next to work, Matt Galco has been shut out of Victory Lane this year. He would like to rectify that situation with 40 fast laps today.
Michael Christopher, who's been so hot in the recent weeks, winning the final Friday night event. And then you look at Steven Kopsick. He hasn't done that this year, and he was so hoping. His dad works and prepares the car. Meanwhile, further back in the field, they continue to pull away from the starting grid as the 11 car, the Hummel hot dog machine, pulls away. And the Deuce is wild, Matt. And that pulls away with our final car. Now, what I'm receiving from Race Central, the pace car will have lights from Whelen Engineering, the first name in light, sirens, and safety services used throughout the world. The camera is being photographed, the front-running cars. This is going to be part of a couple of different things, to be honest with you. It's going to be on our live streaming video presentation, but it is also going to be on our banquet video. This is what we're going to do. We're going to go 4 pace laps. But the story is going to be this. I will receive a cue, and when they get to lap number 3, and ladies and gentlemen, they're starting to form something that hasn't been done a lot here at Stafford, hasn't been done anywhere else. And this we love. This is lap number 2. Okay, on the next circuit by, I want to ask you, the race fans, to stand up and applause and make some noise. It has been an amazing 2018 season. Ladies and gentlemen, here they come off turn number 4. If you've been here or you've never been here, this is a NAPA salute from the NAPA Auto Parts stores. How amazing are these individuals? They are gladiators, Matt, going in center stage to the arena.
With pride, 3 wide. And that will make your heart pump just a little bit quicker when you see that sight of our 3 wide, just like they do it at Indy. the #1 weekly division in NASCAR, the #1 weekly division in the country, ready for the final 40 laps of the 2018 season.
They're paired off in rows of 2. They're ready for the excitement to begin. Top 3 will visit the podium, but it's more than visiting the podium for Sun. It's an opportunity to get yourself higher up in the chain of command for the points. Ladies and gentlemen, they thunder off turn number 4. This is NAPA Racing SK style, and they're evenly matched as they head to the bottom of turn number 1. David Arute, but all of a sudden, Matty Galco picks up the pace, and the outside lane seems to be the hot setup.
And Matt Galco went to the outside in turn number 1, and that gave him some giddy up, and he will be our first lap leader. Now challenge him will be Tyler Hines in car number 25.
There's no question about it. They run the outside high, wide, and handsome as they head down the back straightaway. Outside lane seems to be the quickest. But then again, keep your eyes on the bottom, because there's
trouble in turn 3.
Oh, boy.
As a car is rattled up against the NAPA barrier.
So we've got what looks to be 3 cars involved.
Stephen Kopchik was one of them, Dan Avery, and it looked like our champion, Ronnie Williams, in car number 50. So those were the 3 cars that were involved.
Green is back out.
And plugging away at the front is Matt Galco, but it will go for naught. And it will be Tyler Hines in the middle, 3 wide, heading into turn 3.
Amazingly enough, Matt, we didn't know. Some thought it was going to be a callback, but apparently it was not. Meanwhile, David Arute and Keith Rocco come together down the front straightaway, and now you can see that David Arute's tires are starting to stick, and he is starting to head to the front of the field. While
And here comes Reen making contact with the 75.
Oh, and look at
Arute
Todd
is able
Owen.
to shrug it off. And going around John Montesano. He is in John Deere country. We have a part of his car in turn 4.
And he comes to a screeching stop with only 3 laps up on the board, and they'll bring out the caution here.
We get back up to speed, and there is Galco, almost an exact replica of what happened earlier. But here comes Hines, getting some good bite after turn number 1, and Keith Rocco is in action, making a bottom shot move as he has his game face on early, trying to wrestle the lead away from Galco.
There's no question about it that Keith Rocco used his bottom shot that he's literally famous for down in turn number 3. Now, Ronnie Williams, if he was still in the event, he has a shot that's similar. We call it the swoosh because he goes in so deep and so hard, the back end of the car seems to snap around, but he's been able to pull it off lap after lap. A guy to watch is Todd Owen, car number 81. That's the Cooker Constructions Barnes Pool Water car. It is currently in the 4th position. Now, last night he had a pretty good run, but he was disappointed, Matt, because he said he missed the ball.
Yeah, he said he let one get away. Right now, he is running right behind Matt Galco and Eric Burt. He is in a pretty good position for him in 4th, and right behind him is Tyler Hines. And then we have Josh Wood. Josh Wood, determined to finish on the podium this weekend. He says it's his last chance, and he wants to give a speech after this race is over.
Look at Todd Owen. He moves to the inside, the bottom of the racetrack. Down the back straightaway, is it going to be going, gone? Eric Burt sees the outside is quicker. Owen tries to hold the bottom line. As they come off the turn, who's it going to be at the stripe, Matt? It is going to be Rocco, and Eric Burt is right there.
And Eric Burt decides to follow Matt Galco. Let's see if that's the right decision. And he changed his mind and almost goes 3 wide. As he tried to bury that car underneath Todd Owen, decided to back off. Too early, maybe, for Burt to go 3 wide.
Well, you got to give him credit. He has learned from his mistake, and he continues to run in the lower side. Once he goes to the outside, he goes down to the bottom of the racetrack to the inside. Meanwhile,
Mike Christopher is moving up.
He sure is. Back up front, we see Eric Burt working some magic, and Mike Christopher, never count this kid out. He runs just like his uncle and his dad.
And we have yellow, a car stranded in turn number 4. And is that Jarvis? It is hard to make out the number. And Rocco chooses the inside lane, and that is not unusual as he is fighting Todd Owen for the lead. Owen on the outside has some momentum as they dive bomb their way into the corner. Rocco has the lead, and sitting in his lap is Todd Owen.
Owen is on the outside, but Eric Burnt, the Bulldog. This is kind of looking like the race at New Hampshire International, where the third place guy might be able to pull it off and sneak in and take down the win, Matt.
Matt Galco doing a good job in 4th right now, side by side with Josh Wood. So they are handcuffed together behind Eric Burnt.
Oh,
car
way
almost
out wide
to the wall, as that is Josh Wood as he went into the concrete hotel and bounced off.
I don't think, believe it or not, if he did, he just scuffed it, man.
I think it was just a tender tap.
Yep. So this will.
But it cost him about 10 positions.
It certainly did. And it's not easy in this competitive SK Modified division to be able to pull all this off. Meanwhile,
Josh Wood was 5th, and now he is 19th. So he lost 14 positions on that move.
Let's take a look back to the front of the field. Top 3 run nose to tail. Then there's a gap, and behind that gap, it is Matt Galco and the Michael Christopher machine. So they're not to be taken out of this. And look at Michael Christopher down low on the inside. He's up to position number 4.
You know, a driver who deserves a shout out. He started dead last, and it looks like he is running in the number 11 spot. That is Sean Tebow, as he was just passed by Cipriano, but he is still running in the top half of the field.
Doing a great job, Matt. If you're watching, every move is a calculated move, and that's what makes it so special, the way he's coming to the front, like the old hot knife through butter.
He has passed 15 cars since we started.
Meanwhile, keep your eyes on that second place, because all of a sudden, Todd Owen is literally looking to go to the outside 1 minute and then to the inside the next minute. So he's got a car that is working both lanes, Matt. And the 82 car, oh, we've got another yellow. You've got
and
some
there
spinners.
is a mess. Montesanto has trouble between Membrino and Di Matteo as those two cars collided.
Here we go. And there is Rocco, but there is Keith in command, but all of a sudden, Eric Burnt,
Trouble for Allegro as he gets hammered from behind by Hines. On the grass is Robert Palmer. Palmer almost goes all the way to the sidewall. So Allegro, he got bushwhacked from behind, wound up on the safety road, and we have another caution, and we did not complete a lap. And let's see who has the breakaway. And Owen is right there, sharing the same Hans device with Keith Rocco. Rocco getting a little tap from behind by Eric Burnt, and it helped propel him into the lead.
Down the back straightaway. Here comes the number 66 machine, making its presence known off the turn. It is Eric Burnt.
Look at Owen go to work on the outside, trying to yank the lead away from Rocco, and Christopher is out there with him.
There's no question about it. Todd Owen takes advantage of the lead, and Michael Christopher becomes the old tail that wags a dog.
So the outside groove is beneficial to Owen. He moves out in front, but Gorilla Tape to his back bumper is the 82 of Christopher. Rocco, he is in a battle for third, and right there with him, Marcello Refrano. So the teacher and the pupil are battling for position.
They come off the turn, and nobody's giving up an inch. And now, all of a sudden, the 66 machine is starting to drop back just a bit. But that could be their strategy, Matt, because they don't want to show too much. But we are on lap number 20 of 40.
Pass for the lead. Here comes Mike Christopher against Todd Owen. and Owen will beat him to the line, but that was a close call, and Rocco has come back to life on the outside groove.
There's no question about it. Todd Owen is hungry for a victory here at Stafford. Meanwhile, behind him, and car number 24 is in trouble in turn 1, Matt.
Actually, turn 2 is where he
finally
laid
ended
to
up.
rest. That's where he ended up.
Here they come. Dogfight battle at the front of the field.
Christopher got a great jump.
Todd Owen has some really strong power, Matt. He is showing that potential and that power in the outside lane. But Michael Christopher is guarding his spot like a true Christopher and a true professional.
Almost going out of line was Eric Byrne. He hangs in 5th. In 4th place, that is Cipriano battling with the 88 of Rocco. And here comes Mike Christopher. He is one of the few guys who has really shown a lot of authority on the inside groove.
Certainly is, Matt, and you can see him work his line through traffic. That is exactly what he's doing. There are now, as we look at the board, 23 of 40 laps remaining in this event.
Mike Christopher has a lead. He has a baton. He can run any lane that he chooses. And right now it's the outside lane, and pinching in behind him is Todd Owen. Cipriano has gotten by Rocco to move into 3rd.
And Eric Byrne continues to make his presence known as he continues to hold off the opposition among the top 5. Who's that with him? It is the number.
You know, there was some bumping around, and another bump to the back bumper arena. So some Woody Woodpecker action applied by Max Zachem in the 12 car. This is only the 2nd SK race in Zachem's career.
Done a good job. There's no doubt about that.
And there he goes underneath Reed. A slick move there by Max Zachem.
Certainly is.
He Billy clubbed the back bumper for a while and then opened up some space underneath him.
Troy Talman is coming also to the front with the skill of a surgeon. He's making it happen on the inside.
Here comes Cipriano underneath the 81 of Owen. Got halfway there. Then Owen has a resurgence, and Owen able to protect his 2nd place status.
28 laps now complete. 40 is the overall distance. And here they come. The heat is on, Matt Buckler.
And it is global warning as far as the 78 of Cipriano is concerned. He has a lead, but he leaves the bottom open, and Keith Rocco is there to take 2nd away from Cipriano.
Rocco continues to move up the ladder. He moves into 2nd. Keep your eyes on Eric Byrne. He is not done yet.
And here is Cipriano as he is trying to get his 2nd spot back. Some great action deeper in the field. Glenn Reen, he seems to always be at the epicenter activity. What about Max Zachem? He has gotten by Galco, and Zachem currently running in the 6th position.
Certainly is, Matt, and he's pretty strong in that position as he continues to hold the position. And meanwhile, you look back up to the front, and all of a sudden, Eric Byrne is trying to gain some on the driver of car number 81, and that, of course, is Todd Owen.
Remember, Marcello Refrano made a pit stop. He is currently running 9th, right behind Troy Tallman. So some good movement by Refrano. Here comes Galco as he tries to buzzsaw his way underneath the 12 of Zachem, and he came up empty.
Certainly did, and of course, it's not over with yet as they continue to work their magic off the 2nd turn. All of a sudden, here comes a challenge, Matt, as they head down the back straightaway. 2 black cars.
Trouble for Refrano. Winds up on the grass as he and Tallman might have gotten together. So the comeback is short-lived for Refrano. Trying to pull away is Mike Christopher.
Our number 75 Goes spinning to the center of the infield, but they do not bring out a caution, and they keep running.
And we're down to the final 5. Mike Christopher looking for his 3rd win in the last 4 races. He has a lengthy lead, almost by a jumbotron, over the 88 of Rocco. The action is for 3rd, Ben. Cipriano, Owen, and Burt going at it.
Certainly is, Matt, and nobody is giving up an inch. It really, honestly, is a story of a battle of the fittest. 36 of 40. Not Owen. If he's going to try anything, it's going to come within the next or the final 2 laps of this event.
Troy Tallman trying to explode underneath Matt Galco. That is a fight for 7th. And it is that number 3 car, Galco, who held him off. And Galco going after Zachem. They have had their own grudge match today.
They certainly have, Matt.
And the man on easy straight, Mike Christopher Jr. He started inside on the restart, got the advantage, and then he moved to the outside, and his car has been a torpedo.
Look out, here comes Todd Owen. Bottom shot move, down to the inside. They rumble off the turn, back to the stripe they come. Timing and scoring shows that Rocco is still the leader of the event. But suddenly it all changes, Matt, when they come back to the line. And we've got an altercation on the backstretch. And Matt, that's going to change everything in this event.
Yeah, Mike Christopher will celebrate as a yellow checker comes out. And Mike Christopher has won it. And Keith Rocco will be in 2nd. So those are the top 2. And Mike Christopher, when you can beat Keith Rocco, you know you have done something special. 4th win of the year for Mike Christopher Jr. And I think you can say, Ben, he is a completely different driver than he was on Spring Sizzler weekend.
I couldn't agree with you more, man.
Much more mature now on Fall Final weekend.
Give him a big round of applause, race fans, as Michael Christopher Jr. climbs from car number 82, winner of the NAPA Fall Final. Michael, describe this run at the end of the season and how remarkable this 82 car has been.
It's been one of the best seasons of my life right now, especially to get 3 in a row here at the end of the season, and especially when on a Fall Final weekend. It's been a dream of mine since I was a kid. I've been coming here watching Ted and my dad race since I was little. So, to finally be here in Victorino, their son, at Stafford Motor Speedway in the fall, there's nothing better. And the best part was we finally got a win with Quinn, so we can have her in Victorino.
Amazing how the car was rolling the top so quickly today. What made it so good on the Highland?
The grip. There's a bunch of grip up there, and I saw Owen took the outside in that restart, but we had a good restart thanks to Jericho and the Pettit power. Was able to. We were racing hard, and then finally got by him, and I noticed it was Waddell. My spotter was giving me lap times, and I saw that the top was just rolling. You know, you can run the outside, send it in out of control, and get in the throttle way before the center compared to the bottom. So, yeah, that was a clinic right there.
All right, that's Mike Christopher Jr. He has won at the SK Modified main event. Tears flowing down here. Quinn Christopher, wife of Ted Christopher, down here as well as part of the celebration. Her first time being here while Michael Christopher Jr. has gone to victory lane. Kyle Rickey.
Absolutely. The celebration continues just to our left, joined now by our second place finish, Keith Rocco. Started off the year with a run of 5 in a row, including the Spring Sizzler. Ended the year here on the podium. What more did you need to catch that 82 car here today?
I think we were running the same exact lap times. We were both pretty close, but you know, just we always take the bottom on the restarts, and today with the hot weather and the track grippy like it is, the top is the place to be. So, you know, we got stuck on the bottom there and struggled. We worked our way to get back up to second, but we needed to restart. It would have been a good battle. I would have liked to, you know, race side by side with them. We were joking about it last night, but not the showing we wanted, but we'll take it. Here thank John and Maine Rafano, Wheelers Auto, Dunleavy Truck and Trailer Repair, Arbitel Convenience Stores, Island Coffee, Petter for the Awesome Horsepower, Sign Pro, and my whole team.
All right, that is Keith Rocco. Ends the season here in the second spot on the podium and also second in the championship standings. Let's join now by Todd Owen. Third place, not a bad day for you guys. Kind of walk us through your 40-lap feature event out there.
The car was it was a fun race out there. You know, battling up with them two guys and with Joey at the end. Just nice to be running up front with them guys. I mean, we were just a little too tight, but not going to sit there and complain about a third-place finish on the end of the season. We'll just have to go home and work harder this winter. First off, I got to thank everybody: Cooker Construction, Stephen Debbie Barnes, Start Finish Motorsports, Brad Auto Machine, Donnie Wood. Couldn't do this without him. Chassis Pro, I think I said, Boucher, and Start Finish Motorsports. All my guys that dedicate their weeks and nights and weekends and to run this crazy schedule that we're doing with everybody, with Brian and Josh and David and all of us that we work together. It's a pretty awesome group of guys, so I just can't thank them enough.
Running multiple tracks during the course of this season is Todd Owen, including a full season here at the Stafford Motor Speedway. Ends up third.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
Not on my watch, they say, as they volunteer to serve, as they move out, stand firm, and take fire. So, not on our watch, we say, to the severely ill or injured veterans who can't get the care they deserve to live full and independent lives. Even when there's no government funding or a nursing home seems like the only option, we won't leave one warrior behind. Not on our watch. Join us at findwwp.org.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Every child needs a place
where they can grow up healthy
and learn and be safe. In the Habitat house, my parents help build. My parents. My mom and daddy. I study. I grow. I learn. I live. Your support can help put a decent roof over the heads of a family like mine. Like mine. Like mine. To learn how you can help, visit habitat.org.
Starting at the point, beat the number 8 machine. That is car number 8 for Norm Sears out of Andover, Connecticut. Car number 22 will be starting alongside. That'll be Wesley Prucker from Stafford Springs, Connecticut. He'll be driving the Accurite tool and manufacturing car.
Precision Mechanical will be bringing us the Old Warhorse in car number 60 from Vernon, Glenn Griswold.
Then we go to car number 09. That, of course, is Cassandra Cole out of Westbrook, Connecticut. Cassandra Cole driving the MAWC Motorsports car.
Then it will be the mayor in car number 87 in the RH2A radio communications car from East Hartford, Joey Farino.
Car number 29 is up next on the board. This gentleman's had a pretty good year as well. Chris Matthews, Stafford Springs, Connecticut. Matthews is sitting behind the wheel of the Tamantha Racing Machine. That, of course, is the Carter Chevrolet car.
And then it will be car number 7, one of the top rookies in the field from Salem in the Darling Auto Parts car, Alexander Pearl.
The 8th starter on the field will be the number 55 machine. This young gentleman has shown a lot of talent all season long. And that's car number 55, and the driver sitting behind the wheel of that machine had some great runs. That is Theodore Hodgson, the 4th from North Haven, Connecticut.
This driver going for a track championship in car number 88 in the Wheelers Auto car from North Haven, Marcello Refrano.
Car number 38 has had some great runs this season. That, of course, is George Nasora Jr. out of Plainville, Connecticut. That's the Mike Doomer automobile, the All-State Fire Equipment car.
And then this driver also tied for the track championship in car number 01. The Florida Connection is a sponsor for Brian Narducci from Colchester.
Car number 54 is up next. That's a number 54 machine of Mikey Flynn, a brand new race car from Hamden Engineering from Hamden, Mass. Starting next.
And this driver has returned in car number 38, known as the Mule in the All-State Fire Equipment car, a protege of Ted Christopher, George DeSera Jr.
Then it's a Naprico machine driving car number 15, Colchester, Connecticut, Amanda West.
Good to see this driver back in car number 71 from West Reading in the Jensen Tire and Auto car, Pete LaPooch.
Then we go to Stephen Chapman out of Ellington, Connecticut. He's sitting behind the wheel of the Chapman Apartment and Home machine.
This driver from Enfield in the On Point Connections car, number 77, driven by Mark Burke. Car number 2 will be next from Wawa, New Jersey. It'll be Joey Graff in the RH2A radio car. Let's go through the rest of the field. Car number 72, Andrew Less. He is in the RV Enterprises car. Next to him in car number 45, Ed Chakowski from New Hartford. He's in the Lakeshore Benefit Group Insurance Brokerage car. Then it will be car number 9, Robert Dow. He is from Stafford in the RDR Racing car. Mark Alkus in the Alkus Racing Machine will be in car number 89. He's from Berlin. Alina Bryden will be in car number 48 from West Springfield. She is in the Alina Bryden Racing car. Then it'll be a guy he never raced before. Car number 12, the Tire Man for Erica Goodale. He is Kevin Jasper in the RH2A radio car. Also Rick Dulac in the 99, Todd Clark in the 00, and starting at the rear of the field because he was at a wedding yesterday during qualifying, Mark Buckeye.
The green is out, and they're looking just as good as they have each and every Friday night here at Stafford. They're 2x2, paired off like usual as they head down the back straightaway. Good racing wherever you look here, and nobody is about to give up an inch, Matt, as they rumble back to the line.
Remember, Norm Shear had a great day yesterday in qualifying, and he has a lead, but he has been hounded and surrounded by the 60 at Griswold, and now on the outside, Wesley Parker. Parker has some bite. He has some Tabasco in that number 22 car as they crank it up off of turn number 3. Parker going for the lead. It will be a drag race down the front chute, and Wesley Parker will lead lap number 2.
But there's no question about it. Already right there to contend is the number 90 machine as it's making some noise, the 60 machine rather. And we've got a spin, and we've got in turn 2, and the 77 car spins. But Matt, I think that car is far enough out of the way that we're going to be okay.
That is Mark Burke, and he is able to get back onto the asphalt, so we stay under green. Now, as far as our contenders are concerned, it is Brian Narducci. He is running 9th, and one spot ahead of him is Marcello Refrano. Narducci on the inside, Refrano on the outside, and in the lead is Wesley Parker. And look at Cassandra Cole in 09. She is having the best run of her season.
She came here with a mission, and that mission is showing that. And you can see that she runs up into the top 3. Meanwhile, car number 48 is spun in turn number 2, and that is the Bryden Alina car. Started back in the 23rd starting position.
So Alina Bryden, one of her first starts at Stafford.
Down into turn number 1. Outside is the old warhorse, Glenn Griswold. He continues to pull away in the upper groove, but the story is the car that runs to the outside of position number 2. And that, of course, is Chris Matthews with that number 29 car. And right there on his back bumper, you know who it is, Matt? The guy contending for the title.
And that is Marcello Refrano. If he finishes ahead of Brian Narducci, he will be the champion. Right now, he is running 4th. Right behind him is Teddy Hodgson. The top 5 could fit in a bird's nest.
And Cassandra Cole gets sideways, pulls it back, and she is okay. And we remained under green. So a good situation happening there. Cassandra Cole is another driver that's come on so strong in the more recent weeks. She continues to get better and stronger. And the same can be said about the driver of car number 55 as it continues to work its magic to the front of the field.
Here comes Alexandra Pearl around Joey Farino and trying to make the same move as Brian Narducci. And he does. Narducci is in 6th. The man he's trying to catch, Marcello Refrano, is in 3rd. And Refrano is going after Wesley Prucker in the maroon number 22 car. And Prucker makes a downstairs move against Griswold. He is trying to crank it up into the lead.
While that's all been happening, here comes Brian Narducci. He tries to get down underneath Hodgson. Down the back straightaway, we've got one upside down, Matt. We've got a car upside
and there
down.
are flames coming from that machine.
And we are not sure from our vantage.
And that is a 38 of George Nacera Jr.
He went for
as
a
that
wild
car
ride.
went upside down with flames coming from the bottom of the car. And a very dangerous situation there for George Nacera.
Driver is out of the automobile and is okay. So that's some incredible news. He went for
As
a
that
wild
car
ride.
went upside down with flames coming from the bottom of the car, and a very serious and scary situation for Nacera.
Certainly has been. And he's run very strong and very consistent all year long. He just hasn't been able to have any of the breaks, Matt, that a lot of the other teams and competitors have. Here we go. Off turn number 4 as they rumble down to the line. With a snap of the wrist, the green flag is out. And car number 22, oh boy, we've got trouble. We go back to yellow.
Slow motion on that. It didn't count. So that was just a dress rehearsal because the car wound up on the grass. So we have a problem with Alina Bryden in car number 48, a rookie competitor. She is a former competitor in the Wild Thing karts, but she competed in the Pro 2 Modifieds.
Here they come off turn number 4. They pick up the pace just a bit. As they come down to the line, the green flag is out, and Glenn Griswold has a little more oomph. But right behind him is maybe the surprise of the event. It's the Carter Chevrolet sponsored race car, Matty. And that, of course, we haven't seen that car run as strong as it's running today as it works its magic to get to the front of the field.
Side by side, Refrano and Narducci. The two guys who are battling for the championship, they are elbow to elbow as they go into turn 2.
They head off the turn. They're side by side and wheel to wheel. Down the back straightaway. The clock is ticking. Time is running out. They're approaching the halfway marker in the event. They work their magic as they come back to the line. Griswold leads them, but that's not the story of this one. It is a story between Narducci and, of course, Refrano. One will win. The other will have to settle for second. And if you know both of these competitors, Matt, they're not happy with settling for second.
And right now, Narducci is hemmed in behind his cousin, Alexander Pearl. So he is stuck on the outside.
Trouble, Matt. We've got turn number 4. We've got trouble. 2 cars were involved. We'll be checking. 45 and the 15 machine are involved. And of course, the 15 machine is Amanda West, and the 45 car for Eddie Shikoski. He started way back in the 20th position. So he was coming to the front of the field, Matt. And I don't think the damage is that severe to that particular car. But we go back to 10 laps up on the board in this 20-lap feature event.
Lap away from the restart. Let's talk to the guy that was on his roof a few moments ago, George Cicera Jr. First off, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. It was just really scary. I panicked a little bit. Never been on my roof in one of these things ever. I knew someone was on the inside of me. I had no clue anyone was on the outside, and it was 3 wide, and it was a terrible racing accident, but I went for a ride of my life.
Glad you're all right.
Thank you very much.
George Cicera Jr. out of the cars. We are set for the restart.
He's a good guy and a good driver, so we hope he will have a great run in 2019 back here at Stafford. There is the green flag, and there's no doubt about it. The battle up front is Chris Matthews. Now, Matthews has always been a fierce competitor. You know that, but look what's happening in the outside lane. Now, there is where the action is, because
what a move by Narducci to get underneath Pearl. Wow, he pulled it out of his hand. He gets by Matthews. Here comes Narducci on the outside.
He works his magic in the upper groove. Narducci is going for the number 1 spot. And right there behind him, here comes Marcello Rafrano as he works and makes his presence known in the 3rd position. All that's been happening, the 29 car is starting to drift back further in the field.
Here comes Narducci going for the lead, and he is ahead of Griswold. He is in front, and he has taken Rafrano with him. A forearm shiver to the back bumper by Rafrano.
All that is what we were waiting to see, and now Rafrano is running right in the tire track of the Narducci car. And another spin at the same location between turns 3 and 4, and this one involves the number 48 again, Matt.
That's Alina Bryden, who has had a frustrating day. Going to have some entertainment. The 2 guys going for the championship are starting on the front row. This is history in the making. The closest SK Light race of championship ever. And it is Narducci picking the outside and regaining the lead.
Narducci runs the outside. He has the option as the leader. But meanwhile, on the bottom of the racetrack, here comes Marcello Rafrano. Now, Jimmy Fuller has prepared that car to perfection. Todd Owen and Butch Shea has prepared the number 01 for the same deal. So they came here with their A game, Matt, not the B or C game, and they have it. Meanwhile, look at Rafrano. He's going to take a peek at the inside. He learned that from Keith Rocco. Will it pay off? Remember, the furthest one forward is going to get the gusto.
And Rafrano got halfway underneath Narducci. It didn't work, and now he loses a little bit of momentum. So he is trailing Narducci. Look at Alexander Pearl in car number 7. He is looking to move to the podium. Griswold is 4th, followed by Prucker. Then it's Muller, and we have a mess on the backstretch.
We certainly do, Matt. The number
Joey
2.
Graff, one of those cars involved.
In addition to that, there are 2 other cars that are stranded on the infield on the backstretch as well.
Right now, we are reacting to a double file restart. 5 to go.
900 by Empower Financial. So it's going up quicker.
Now, Marcello Rafrano moves in front.
Oh, boy.
And here is Pearl
again
to move into 2nd. So Narducci, he is on the comeback trail. Rafrano is leading. If he can hang on, he will be the champion.
15 laps up on the board. There's 5 circuits to go. But Narducci gives it his all on the inside. Ryan Narducci is a racer's racer. This kid has got a lot of talent. So doesn't Marcello Rafrano. They are closer than most people park.
Rafrano might have hit the wall. And Rafrano headed to the wall.
Wow.
As he smacks the wall.
And Narducci does the same thing. Brian Narducci does the same thing. But here's where it's going to get interesting, Matt. It's a red flag
out.
situation.
As we saw, it looked like Refrano nipped the wall on the backstretch. Then he went full tilt into the wall at full speed, and he crushed that number 88 car, and hopefully he is okay. That was a Richter scale hit right underneath the green, in the green carpet lawn care sign. That was as vicious a lick as we have seen all season.
And then just past that, as you come further towards turn number 4, Brian Narducci, after the fact, it's almost like he looked into the mirror and he discovered the transition that had happened, and all of a sudden something either happened to his race car, like there was debris or something on the racetrack and they might have ran over it, because his car darted to the outside and hit the wall as well. And it looks like the Narducci machine is going to be picked up by the hook as well.
Well, I don't think you could write this script, what had just happened. Narducci and Refrano, the two guys who were fighting for the championship, were also fighting for the lead. They apparently got together on the backstretch. Refrano took a vicious hit into the wall. Okay, let's go to Kyle Rickey Jr.
Brian, what did you see? What happened up there in turn 3?
We were racing hard, and I got a big run out of 4. He tried to block the top, and I crossed him over, and we went into 1, and we hit a little bit, and then coming off 2, it looked like he just turned hard left, and it knocked the wheel out of my hand, and I went in on the bottom, and he just hooked me hard into the outside wall, getting into 3. I almost kept it off the fence, but overcorrected a little. If I didn't screw up on a restart, he would have never been able to do that, but it just seemed like he turned me head on down the backstretch.
Brian Narducci, that's one side of the story.
And I'd like to thank all my sponsors for a great year. Even if we didn't end up winning, it was a great year, won a lot of races, and had a lot of fun. So can't thank everybody that came out today and all year that helped.
Those tabulations are still being done up in the tower to see who was out in front the last time those two crossed the line, but a tough hit for Brian Narducci, ending this event in the infield here this afternoon.
Here they come. Alexander Pearl.
4-lap scoop for the lead, and look at Alexander Pearl. Moves into the lead ahead of Griswold.
Alexander Pearl cut his teeth competing at the Monadnock Speedway in the mini stock division. His dad said you got to learn, and the best place to learn is on a bull ring like Monadnock, and he did. He brought him here, and then he's been running a modified also, not this car, but another car at Monadnock Speedway, map, and he's got a good run, but really be able to hold on. Popsicle sticks are up as they come to the stripe. Glenn Griswold has been a contender all day long.
And look at Andrew Moeller in 3rd, trying to take a spot away from Griswold. On the outside of Moeller is Wesley Trucker. Hefty lead for Alexander Pearl by the length of an SUV. Here comes Moeller. Dive bomb move underneath Griswold. Will it work on the white flag lap?
They are side by side, closer than most people park. Hodgson is in the middle of that mix as well. Glenn Griswold is giving it his all in a quest for second. But meanwhile, Andrew Moeller is going for the gusto. He works his magic on the inside lane. As they come to the stripe, Alexander Pearl has done it. His first victory here at the Stafford Motor Speedway. And what a nice young man this competitor is, as he'll be heading to the winner's circle for the very first time, Matt. And I think you're going to see him in the winner's circle a lot of times in 2019.
3rd generation driver has done it. A photo finish for 2nd, and Andrew Moeller gets a spot ahead of Glenn Griswold, who winds up on the podium in 3rd. Mark Buckeye 4th, Wesley Parker 5th, Teddy Hodgson 6th, and 7th, Andrew Less, good run for him. And 8th was Mikey Flynn, and 9th, Joey Farino, and in 10th was Stephen Chapman.
Cassandra Cole was in the 11th spot. In the 12th position, it was Chris Matthews. Then it was the number 12 machine. And that, of course, the 12 machine, which was the Max Knackham race car. Norm Steers was in the 14th spot, and Robert Dow would finish in the 15th position.
And it was Pete LaPooch in 16th, Alina Bride in 17th, Rich Dulac was 18th.
And here's the one.
Refrano, 19th. And Brian Narducci, 20th. Marcello Refrano has won the SK Light Championship.
He did it the hard way with a finish of 19th, and Brian Narducci finished in the 20th spot. Mark Burke was 21st position, and then it was Joey Graff in the 22nd position, then Todd Clark 23rd.
And in 24th was Mark Alkus, Ed Chakowski in 25th, Amanda West in 26th, and Georgia Sarah in 27th. And Mike Christopher up in the booth getting an extra $150 bonus from John Simlick. But right now our focus is on Victory Lane. Marcello Refrano, your champion, but your winner, Alexander Pearl, and he is with Kyle Rickey Jr.
What a way to wrap up your rookie year here at the Stafford Motor Speedway. Glenn Griswold over to congratulate Brian Narducci. First to congratulate you as you pulled in. Congratulations. I guess words hard to describe this moment right now.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say. Brian Marcello ran a great race, and I don't know what happened there, but I took advantage of it, and here we are, Victory Lane.
A great rookie season for you. Stayed top 10 in points all year. Who do you have to thank to get you here to this point, the top point of your season here in Victory Lane?
Yeah, I have so many people to thank. We didn't start out the season that great, but we kept working. I have to thank my dad, my grandfather, Kevin, Church, Eric, Harvick, Darling Auto Parts, Cliff Nelson, Rad, Mike V, Waddell, all my friends, family, sponsors, just everybody. This is awesome.
Enjoy the moment.
Thank you.
Alexander Pearl, the race winner, his first win here at the Stafford Motor Speedway in an SK Light Modified. So mosey on over now and talk to a driver that's doing double duty. He has got a big day ahead of him. Andrew Moeller comes home in the second spot. Walk us through your race there. A wild battle for with the second spot with Glenn there those last few laps.
Oh, yeah. We were back in the 12th, 13th position, towards the beginning of the race. Come up second, one spot short of the victory I really wanted to win on fall final weekend. But congratulations to Alexander on his first ever win. And, congratulations to everyone else. And, I'm glad everyone's all right after that wreck over there in turn 3 there. So just happy with this race car. It's my last race in the light here. So with this car, this car is probably many wins. So I just can't thank the guys at SPAF enough for giving me the best race car each and every week.
Glenn, walk us through your day of battle right down to the wire with Andrew for that second spot.
Yeah, it was a pretty tough battle. We had a decent car, I thought, yesterday and this morning. I probably had a top 5 car. I got to thank Ed Chakowski, the owner of the car. The other motor was really, really tired, and he put a new motor in. It's a bone stock motor from Rad. We're probably lacking a little horsepower from these guys, and we were a little tight on exit off the corner, but they knew we were here today, and I just want to tell everyone that this old warhorse is pretty much going to retire. We got a couple more races to go, and then we're just going to be a crew chief for the owner and maybe talk to someone else about putting him in one of the other cars and do that for a change. Just getting a little too expensive out here. We race for peanuts. It's a lot of fun, but got to turn it over to these young kids. These young kids got a lot of talent and daddies with a lot of money, and let them have at it. And I'll just work on them and put them back together.
Now some breaking news down here for Glenn Griswold looking at retirement after a third place finish here this afternoon.